Well, hello, my soul friends. It's Victoria, the soul nurturer, here to just welcome you into a space of some soul nurturing, some soul care, a time to catch your breath, to catch up with yourself, to connect with your heart and soul, and a place to be reminded you're not alone in this journey of unfolding and this journey of transformation that we are all sharing. So I welcome you. My topic, I wanted to talk about winter solstice and this time of the year in the Northern Hemisphere. Of course, my friends in the Southern Hemisphere, this won't quite relate to you. I think of winter solstice and summer solstice as uh, yin and yang. You know, winter solstice is a time for us to kind of turn within and time to rest and restore, to catch our dreams, to catch a new vision, to replenish. Did I say replenish already? If not, I need to say that like 5 times because that's where I'm at. I'm wondering where all of you are. Welcome to my channel. This is the end of my 2nd year offering videos. And I'll tell you what, every end of the year, I think, do I want to keep going and doing this? Well, honestly, I have it almost every video. And I come back to this always. I check my heart, I check my soul. And this is always my response. If I'm helping and supporting at least one person out there, or 2 people, including me, then it's worthwhile. And I still feel called, even though honestly, I know some of the topics I share on here, I'm sort of practicing. I used to be a really good public speaker, but this coming on this platform, learning a new way of connecting through this. Although I'll tell you, my one-on-one sessions work really well virtually, and that's amazing to me. Grateful for that. So anyway, I'm continuing into my 3rd year, but I want to talk to you about this time of the year, and I want to see how you're feeling. I want you to do a check-in with me in just a moment. If you are new to my channel, subscribe if you haven't. I have new things cooking for next year, and as I am recommitting to another year, I would never quit mid-year. I have a Capricorn rising. I would never do that. So signing up for one more year, hoping to expand some things, to continue to grow my skills, talking to all of you out there, wherever you're listening, watching from, continuing to practice feeling comfortable sharing some of my skills. I often talk about a lot of tools in my transformational toolkit that come to life when I'm working one-on-one with a client and translating it to, talking to my camera or in this case, computer. Still working on that skill, but I'm not giving up. And that's really my message to all of you. Answer your soul calls, never give up, but always surrender. And what does that mean? Surrender, which is perfect co-topic for winter solstice. Never give up means quitting. I'm not doing this. Surrender means being willing to be shown a higher way, a divine way. And if you're meant to continue, like in this case, I surrender this this channel all the time. And the minute I say I think I'm gonna let it go, I'll get an email from someone saying thank you so much. I watched a video, it really helped me, and then I click back on and go, keep going, keep going. So surrender is letting go of the grip and attachment of what you're doing to be guided to where you need to be going and what you need to be doing. Okay. Letting go. I like that. Letting go of the attachment, Okay. So here we are, winter solstice. This is winter solstice eve when I am recording this. I just went for a beautiful winter wonderland walk in the snow with my husband. So I really feel this now. I'll tell you, when I lived in LA, I didn't get the whole winter solstice thing. And I was saying to my husband on our walk, everyone needs to live somewhere at least once in their life where you have 4 seasons. Because for me, when I moved from sunny California to Washington State, I could feel my nature. Remember, we're souls having a human experience, and it's it's our human nature. Our human nature comes to life. My husband calls it human animal. Like, we're human animals, and we can lose touch in our conditioned modern world from connecting to nature externally and nature within. So for me, moving to a place that has 4 very distinct seasons, I found myself getting into the natural rhythms of life unfolding for years. And I wonder if there's anyone else out there like me, either, you know, who just struggle in December, in January. And I'm going to talk more about that in a separate video, because I'm going to do a new moon video separately to talk about the new Capricorn moon. I was going to do it all at once, but I thought it was just too much information. So we're going to stay with this. But for me, even in California, even in sunny, beautiful California, my energy would get lower. I would drop into, some more like, I want to say darkness, but we have such a, oh my gosh, darkness, you were in the darkness. We have such a bad association to that. When I moved closer to nature, and especially with the season, winter solstice, December 21st, 22nd, depending on, the year, is when we go into the darkest night. It's the shortest day and the longest night, right? Which is so interesting because, 6 months ago on summer solstice, again, I'm speaking to my Northern Hemisphere folks. I'm so excited that I have people who watch and connect with me, and other places, Southern Hemisphere. So grateful for all of you. I'm so grateful for all of my subscribers. And I do encourage you to comment anything that I say something and it just lights something up in you. Please comment. I always like to check in right at the beginning. I want the space to be like that, a space where you can pause and connect with yourself. Breathe in. How are you feeling in this moment? When I ask, what are you noticing? How are you feeling? I really want to know. Put it in the comments if you feel comfortable, or go ahead and email me, as some of you do. Okay. So, yeah, when I moved here and I could see nature slowing down, I mean, naturally, less animal activity. Again, today we got a lot of snow last night. Winter wonderland. We're wandering through the woods, and everything was so still and quiet. And I felt resonance. Like, yes, this is what I used to push against. Try to stay productive and busy to the very last day. Keep going. And then it's December 31st. And then you set your resolutions and you push on to January. And I never really could do that. I tried. And so for me, this is the ultimate reset. This time of the year, longest night of the year. 6 months ago, we had the longest day, summer solstice. Now here we are from 6 months ago. Every day, a little bit of our light went away as the days got shorter and shorter. And like here where we live, and again, Washington State, it's striking. Like, wow, it's 4:20 and the sun's gone, And so this is the returning of the light, winter solstice, the longest, darkest night, and then the returning of the light, or the birthing of the sun, rebirthing of the sun. I think that's so interesting. When I was reading about it, a while back, yeah, we have Christmas, the birth of the sun, SON, and winter solstice, the rebirth of the sun, SUN. So interesting, right? So the symbology of that, for some of you like me in the winter, well, we're just starting winter, but when we're going into the darker longer or shorter days. And especially I could always feel it around this time, December to January, when it's colder. I feel more cold within. And quite frankly, I never came all the way out during the pandemic. A lot of introverts out there, and comment if you can resonate. A lot of introverts found the time of, they called it shelter in place. I right away called it shelter in soul. And I did a whole training program with that. And I was just like, oh, I love the stillness. I love the not having to rush around and be everywhere. Visit with my clients, do my sessions via the internet, and be at home. And so it really did bring out my inner hermit. And I'll tell you, she's strong. I'm a very strong being with myself and the divine, with myself and my husband, with myself in my studies. I mean, I never a dull moment. I'm always busy, always got something. So this time of the year is a recall back to the cycle of slowing down. And I'm just going to open up my notes, make sure I cover some of the things I wanted to. Slowing down, allowing ourselves to be in the darkness. The darkness is not a bad thing. Think about, for those of you who garden, where does the seed go? Does it go sitting out in the light? No, it gets buried in the darkness to decompose and to grow the potential within it. And that is what this time of the year feels like. It's a time of really surrendering. Again, everything goes dormant, it's quiet. Well, especially when you live close to nature. Some areas where you live stay pretty consistent, noisy, loud, hustle bustle. This is an invitation to find your own stillness inside, to find your own true nature, to follow the natural rhythms of your being, right? So it's a time to go within, to pay attention to your nightly dreams, to dream a new dream, and your awake dreams, to vision. And again, as we are getting closer to the end of the year, this is a time where people are thinking about resolutions. I think all that is conditioned, like, okay, don't take too much time off, keep going, and now reboot for next year. And we're not machines, we're not machines. We are human beings. We are nature. Okay. So it's a time to go within, and also, and I'm going to be doing a meditation following up where I always do an end of the year review of the year, harvesting what we grew through, learned, the lessons learned, and all of that. And I will be offering that. I'll probably put that out tomorrow for the end of the year. You can do it anytime, though. The truth is, we're so, patterned into, it has to be at this time that we set vision. It has to be at this time when we set intentions or resolutions. No, you do that anytime you feel like it's a time for you to go inward and connect to your soul and bring forward what you're meant to cultivate within. My theme for the month, cultivate the gift of being present, for December. We can do that anytime. I was inviting everyone to do it for December so that we could connect more deeply, more profoundly to our loved ones, and be present to the gifts of connection and connection to ourselves and the divine. We do that anytime. So if you are one of those people who love the ritual of goal setting and resolutions, and it works for you, good for you. I'm just saying, I've been doing this work for a long time, and I've watched this patterning of people gearing up for the new year, like around this time and right after the holidays, Christmas and the New Year's Eve. It's like all about let go of this year, just rush forward to the next one. And maybe they sign up for gym memberships and like full blast that first month. And then what happens? Yeah, you could call any gym and ask when's the most busy time. January to February. And then what happens? People fade out, because you know why? They weren't restored, replenished, and did not create a vision or a sustainable plan birthed out of natural rhythms of their own being. Okay. So personally, when I started following Winter Solstice, I was like, this is our New Year reflection time, right? But the true New Year doesn't really start till springtime, astrologically anyway. But just aside from that, if you would just notice your natural energy, when do you have more energy? In December or January, or end of March, beginning of April? When do you feel more energy? Just curious. That is the nature New Year, right? Okay, so this is a time where we, especially I'm going to talk about this more in the new moon because there was a lot of stuff that's been coming up to heal. But this may be a time when we felt, we're feeling more of our emotions. I always think of to the end of the year, this always comes to my mind. I use this analogy for grief support too. It's like we're driving in our life, just going, and we're driving a big vehicle. What are they called? Mack trucks, and or like a U-Haul, and all their stuff's back here. All the stuff like, oh yeah, I'll deal with that later. Oh, I don't want to feel that right now. I don't want to think about that right now. And we're driving, and the year comes to a screeching halt. And all the stuff that we have been too busy to deal with all year or just put off comes flooding us in the front of our vehicle where we are driving through life. And we're with all that stuff, okay? Especially if we haven't practiced being present to ourselves throughout the year, okay? So it's a time of just being willing to go, what is all this? And what am I feeling about all this? And what do I want to do with all this? But not taking action yet, sitting, contemplating. It's another way of thinking about this time of the year, to contemplate, to feel your feelings, and allow your feelings to teach you, show you what are they communicating to you. I love this, that solstice in Latin it's two words, like the origin is sol, S-O-L, meaning the sun, and sistere, meaning to make stand. So this is where the sun is like standing still. There's a pause. It's another way of thinking of it. I also feel like this deep exhale, letting go of the year and being still and being present to whatever is around you, in you, your mind, your heart, your being. So let yourself take some time. I know it's a busy time. I know that you've got a huge to-do list, I'm sure of it. And, I always say pace with grace. But, even my friends in the Southern Hemisphere, because preparing for holidays, right? That can get very busy. And even though you are in, the yang part of the solstice, summer solstice, pacing with grace is always a good thing because it allows you to be more present. So, but let yourself, and just like a new moon or a full moon, the solstice we can feel 3 days before and 3 days after. So the solstice is on the 21st. I think it was 8 p.m. I don't know the exact Pacific time. I do know, I'll just look at it in a minute. But this is a time to rekindle maybe your dim light from all you've given out and done through the year. It's a time for deep rest and replenishing. And I love this reference I heard years and years ago. This correlation, playing with words. I probably heard it from Reverend Michael, because I'm a wordsmith. I'm a wordy person. I call myself the Dr. Seuss of transformation, because I'm always rhyming and making up, silly things for my clients. But that deep rest is the antidote so that you don't become depressed. Deep rest or depressed. And this time of the year, We can feel low and am I depressed? What's going on? Especially with so much going on in our world. So allowing time for resting and restoration and to let go of the demands and the inner pressure that I know that I do, can put on yourself. And this is a good time to journal. And again, I will offer the guided meditation. It'll be like a prompting with some prompts, like, what did you learn this last year? But you can do this on your own too. You can do a purge. It's a good time to purge and write everything out that you want and let it go, put it in the fire as you're burning your Yule log. But just a way to honor the natural pause of this year coming to conclusion, and a natural time to just turn within. Let's see if there was anything else I wanted to talk about. Well, I think that about covers it. Honoring where you are, honoring what you need, honoring the yin, the call of the yin to turn within. There's my Dr. Seuss again. Honor the yin and turn within. I love it. I love when those little things pop up. Okay, I am going to leave you with a poem by David White. I love this poem. Okay, so let's see if there's anything else I had. I'm not going to click that because I noticed on one of my videos I was watching, when I click down and you hear this clicking sound. Okay, so just be curious about what is going to be emerging through you during this time of transformation. And remember too, it's time to turn within, to connect to that light, that maybe dim light, to reconnect to the divine light, because you'll be emerging more with more of your divine, unique soul essence. That's the more we allow time to pause and grow that potential, the brighter and stronger it becomes. Okay. All right. Where is my David White poem? Just want to say, as I'm looking for the poem, who doesn't need to rest right now? I mean, we have been through so much transformational energy, and, last 2 years, really a lot in our inner world and external worlds, right? Anybody feel me out there? So give yourself the gift of rest, whatever that looks like for you. For some people, get a massage, get a pedicure, go for a walk outside, turn off all your devices and be still. Okay. All right. I am trying to find this poem and it's not where I thought it was. Oh, here we go. Okay. So I'll leave you with this and with the reminder. If something I've shared with you today resonated with you, called you back to your soul care, then comment and let me know, and subscribe and like and share the video if it speaks to you. And thank you so much for the gift of your time and being with me. I'm so honored by it. Okay, so this is called Sweet Darkness by David White. When your eyes are tired, the world is tired also. When your vision has gone, no part of the world can find you. Time to go into the dark, where the night has eyes to recognize its own. There you can be sure you are not beyond love. The dark will be your womb tonight. The night will give you a horizon further than you can see. You must learn one thing. The world was made to be free in. Give up all the other worlds, except the one to which you belong. Sometimes it takes darkness and the sweet confinement of your aloneness to learn. I love this last part. Anything or anyone that does not bring you alive is too small for you. I love that. Oh, so good. Okay, breathe that in. I'll probably post this poem as a reminder too. But I wanted to say, when I was reading this line, the world was made to be free in, that is my slogan for 2023. Break free in 2023. Who's with me? Who's ready to break free in 2023? I've got some exciting things planned for the new year. For my new restart for another, my third year of offering a channel. So my heart and soul are sending you love and connection right where you are. May you feel hugged by my offering here today. May you feel and know that you're not alone. And may you feel held by your own love and compassion. Okay, joyful blessings to all. And I will see you not too long from now, because I'm going to do another video really soon. Take good care. See you next time. Much love. Bye.